Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with towering buildings and busy streets, there lived a small child named Timmy. Timmy came from a humble background. His family didn't have much, and every day he worked hard to make ends meet. One of his daily chores was selling tissues on the corner of a busy street. He wasn't selling them to make a fortune. He simply wanted to help his family by contributing whatever little he could. One warm afternoon, as Timmy stood by the sidewalk with a small bundle of tissues in his hands, he noticed a shiny luxury car slowly driving past him. The car glimmered under the sun, and its owner, a well-dressed man with sunglasses, appeared to be a successful businessman. As the car stopped at the traffic light, Timmy saw an opportunity and rushed toward the car with a packet of tissues in his hand. "Excuse me, sir," Timmy said in his soft, polite voice. "Would you like to buy some tissues? They're only $1 for a pack." The man glanced down at the little boy with a slight smirk. There was something about Timmy's genuine expression that caught his attention. He reached into his wallet and pulled out a $10 bill, handing it to the boy. "I don't need any tissues," the man said, "but here's $10. You can keep the tissues too." Timmy's eyes widened in surprise. No one had ever been so generous to him before. He could barely believe what had just happened. With an overwhelming sense of gratitude, he thanked the man repeatedly. "Thank you, sir. Thank you so much." The man smiled, nodded, and drove away, leaving Timmy standing there, clutching the $10 bill like it was a treasure. Timmy felt a rush of happiness, but also a pang of sadness. While the money was a blessing, he knew there was something he desperately needed that $10 couldn't fully solve. New shoes. Timmy's shoes were worn out, barely holding together. The soles were thin and cracked, and the shoes were several sizes too small. He had been wearing them for years, and they had become uncomfortable to wear. It wasn't that Timmy didn't want new shoes, but they were simply too expensive. The few times he had passed by a shoe store, the prices on the displays made his heart sink. Shoes in the store started at $60, far more than he could ever afford. As he held the $10 bill in his hand, he started walking toward the shoe store, the temptation pulling him in. He stood at the store window for a few moments, gazing longingly at the expensive shoes. They looked so beautiful, polished, and new. Timmy felt a deep sorrow in his chest as he imagined how it would feel to wear a pair of those shoes. His current shoes were nothing compared to the stylish footwear he saw on display, but the prices were too high. He had only $10, and even that amount would barely cover a fraction of the cost of a single pair. Timmy sighed deeply, then slowly turned to walk away, feeling defeated. Just then, the sound of a car engine revving caught his attention. He turned to see the same luxury car from earlier pull up to the curb. The driver, the same man who had given him the $10, stepped out of the car and walked into the shoe store. Timmy, who had been about to leave, hesitated. He watched the man enter the store, wondering why he had come back. A few moments passed, and then, just as quickly as he had entered, the man emerged from the store and returned to his car. He drove off into the distance, disappearing into the busy streets. Timmy was left standing there, still clutching his $10 bill. He had no idea what had just happened, but something felt different. He was about to walk away again when, to his surprise, the door to the shoe store opened. The shopkeeper, a middle-aged man with a friendly smile, came out and placed a large sign in the window. The sign read, "Special offer, all shoes for $10 in celebration of the festival." Timmy's heart skipped a beat. Could it be? Could this be some kind of miracle? He rushed toward the door of the store, his legs moving faster than he could think. He pushed the door open, feeling the cool air of the shop greet him. The store owner looked up and smiled warmly as Timmy entered. "How can I help you, young man?" he asked kindly. Timmy's voice trembled with excitement as he replied, "I saw the sign. Is it true? Are the shoes really $10? The shopkeeper nodded. "Yes, indeed. All shoes are just $10 today in honor of the festival. But remember, it's for today only." Timmy's eyes scanned the store, and his gaze landed on a pair of brown shoes on a shelf in the back corner. They were beautiful, polished, sturdy, and just the right size. He could feel his heart racing as he approached them. The price tag on the shoes said $100, but with the special offer, they were now only $10. Timmy quickly grabbed the shoes and approached the counter. "I'll take these," he said, his voice full of hope. The shopkeeper rang up the sale and told Timmy, "Your total is $10. Timmy handed over the $10 bill, the same bill he had received from the kind man earlier. As the shopkeeper handed him the shoes, Timmy felt a joy he had never known. He was going to wear new shoes, real shoes, for the first time in years. He felt like the luckiest boy in the world. With the shoes in his hands, Timmy walked out of the store, his heart light and his spirit lifted. He had never felt so happy, so grateful. As he walked down the street, he couldn't stop smiling. He had something he had only dreamed of, a new pair of shoes. Meanwhile, inside the store, the shopkeeper took down the sign that offered shoes for $10. The offer had been a temporary promotion, and now the store had returned to its usual prices. But to Timmy, the moment was far more than a discount. It was a reminder that small acts of kindness could change lives. The rich man had no idea what his simple gesture of giving $10 had set in motion. It had allowed Timmy to experience something special, a moment of joy, a sense of dignity, and the hope that even in difficult circumstances, kindness could make all the difference. And so Timmy walked home with his new shoes, knowing that the world still had kindness left in it. He would never forget the rich man's generosity and the incredible joy it had brought into his life. The moral of the story is clear. Small acts of kindness can have a profound impact on others. A simple gesture like giving someone a few dollars or offering them a chance to experience something better can lead to a ripple effect of happiness and hope. It reminds us that even the smallest of actions can create lasting positive change in someone's life.